Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel, Imagine Design Create. I'm Claire and welcome to our launch weekend. This is our first launch of products for 2018 and we've been really excited about this launch because not only are we bringing to you new designs but we're also reintroducing you to some of our favourites that are now back in stock on our website. Kerry has done some videos where she's showing you those products, so if you subscribe to our YouTube channel you'll be able to go and check those out. Now today I'm launching with you my designs for the beginning of 2018. If you already follow us, you know that I bring to you this range of stamps, the nesting stamps. We already have the circles and the squares, rectangles and ovals, but now we have the hearts and the flowers. And I've been really excited to bring these to you because creating with them has been so much fun. When I was designing them, you have ideas in your head of the types of projects that you want to create, and it's just gone beyond with what I've been able to create with these. I've been able to create what I had in mind plus so much more. So I'll be excited to see when they get into your hands what it is that you can create with them also. Along with our nesting stamps, as always, I have the solid shapes to go with them. These correspond to the outlines that we have here. So if I just manoeuvre these and layer the outlines over these solid flowers, you can actually see that the shapes do correspond. Not always entirely right within the lines because I want to give you the option to create the sketchy look to your projects, but they do correspond enough, and you'll see from the projects the type of idea that I had in mind with these. So we have a couple of sentiments on these also. Also in this launch I have this ampersand range, this ampersand set. Now the ampersand designs in home decor has been quite big for a couple of years now, it's quite popular. And when I had this in mind, I wanted to create sentiments and words that would actually stand out and be bold and carry the card so that they were actually the focal point. So this is why I've got quite bold ampersands on here and the shapes and the various pairings of words that go with them. So you'll see as I go through the samples that I've used these on all of the samples, and it just adds some nice sort of whimsy words, ideal for some wedding designs that you may do for Valentine's or just to say hello sometimes. Okay, so if we go through the designs then. Okay, now you can see here I've used the solid flower stamps. Now as I said before, the outline stamps, the nesting stamps, can work separately from the solid stamps also. You don't need to have the two together to get the best out of them. They do both work independently. You can see here that I've used various different colours to stamp the solid flowers on there. Now I like to add just a bit of detail, and that's just nice with a little dash of black that I've got there. So I've just used one of the outline flowers and not even lined it up over one of the solid flowers. I think it is just a standalone piece. You can see how bold the ampersand stamps are here. And I've just added with some craft card the you and me words and decoupaged them on top. Otherwise this is just a just a really flat card, but really effective and really bright. This one here I absolutely loved, and I was so pleased with the way that this one's come out. Again, I've just used the solid flower stamps themselves, and you can actually see it's a good example of the design that I have within those flowers. So as I say, these can be used entirely independently. There's enough detail and pattern within those, just to be a lovely bold flower stamp as they are. But with a little bit of masking and stamping, I've laid these up to create posy of flowers in really nice bright summery colours. And these lovely stalks here, which are a sneak peek of something that may be coming up in a month or two. So keep a lookout for those. Again, this is just a single layer stamping. Oopsie daisies. Single layer stamping, so I don't use an awful lot of embellishments. I know a lot of people do. But you can create something really quite effective that's easy to post, really flat to post, and it will go through normal standard envelope and letterbox sizes. And again, just stamping the sentiment in black against that background is just really effective. Now, one point I will make actually, to you do this and create and get the really bold colours, I actually used a stamping platform and I stamped these stamps or these designs 2, 3, maybe 4 times to get a really intense colour. So these, just to let you know that these stamps do actually work really well on all of your stamping platforms, and you can create lovely effects like that. And say this is quite a large card. Now this one here shows you the lovely sentiment, and a nice fine sentiment this one, but say making a feature of the ampersand there. Now this one I've actually stamped onto watercolour paper. I've stamped the solid stamps and I've inked those stamps up, but before I've actually stamped them onto the paper I've sprayed them or just spritz them with a little bit of water. Then you stamp them onto the paper and it just gives that watercolour sort of bleed, watercolour look as it sort of bleeds into the paper. You allow that to dry entirely and then you go in and you layer the outline nesting stamps over the top. As you see, I haven't lined them up really neatly over the solid stamps, but that I think just adds to a really lovely sketchy look. And you can see there the extra accents that I've used for the centre of the flowers. Now this one entirely different again. It's a lot paler, but if you can just see if that catches the light, I've done this onto watercoloured paper and I've stamped randomly all different shapes, all different sizes of the flower outlines and embossed them with clear embossing powder. Now I let that dry and then I went over with a watercolour wash over the entire paper there. Now you can use your distress inks for this with a wet paintbrush, or you can use watercolour paints, it's entirely up to you. But by embossing this in the background you're actually creating a resist technique. So the flowers sort of pop in the background there with the white outlines, and then you can add your favourite watercolour wash over the top. And again I've just used a sentiment from the ampersand. Oh no, tell a lie, I actually used the sentiments from the solid flowers there. And again, just a bit of a sneak peek of something that I may have coming up in a month or two's time that I'm actually loving at the moment, so you may see that sneaking in all over the place. But again, that's just a really different effect. Again, we go in bold, completely different again, and this time I've used Paper Artsy Infusions. And I've created the Paper Artsy Infusions in different colours, in the yellow with the pink in this background. And I've stamped my outline and actually cut those out of the backgrounds there, and I've layered these up so you can see this isn't quite as flat as the other designs I've had, but I've layered this up with foam pads so you've got a bit of dimension going on there. And again, just added a sentiment from another one of our stamp ranges actually, which if you look on our website, Imagine Design Create, you'll see all sorts of different options for wording and sentiments to put on your cards. But again, that's just a completely different look. Now the last one that I have here is just showing the ampersand set at its finest. Again, this would be another favourite of Carrie Ann's, who absolutely loves the monochromatic look. So all I've done, I've just used a black ink, a VersaFine black ink, and stamped the ampersands randomly in the background. Then created a pennant there and just stamped a couple of the wordings and embossed that, you can see, embossed those with clear embossing powder. Now that's just really effective. That would be great for a guy's card, it would be great for any home decor, if this is the type of style that you like. So thank you for joining me today and going through our launches with us. We hope you've enjoyed them. If you would like to see more, if you'd like to keep up to date with any inspiration that we have for you for any of our stamp designs, then do please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd love to see you over there. All our designs can be found on our website, imaginedesignCreate.co.uk, and also we post very regularly on Facebook, so you can keep up to date with anything that the design team are doing and that myself and Carrie Ann are up to as well. Hopefully we have lots of exciting releases and news to share with you this year for 2018. So we hope to speak to you again soon. Bye for now.